Yo, brother, it's time for us to start talking the real, man. We've been sugarcoating too much. We've got to start calling everything out for what it is.
Hey guys, wow, it's new wheel time. ET Max, direct from China. I got a kick out of the fact that Mudguard double printed my name just to make sure I would get it. Now this wheel is compliments of Liam at EUC Underground. If you're watching this, Liam, I greatly appreciate your ongoing support. Now, Liam runs EUC Underground. It's a underground reseller, discount seller, right? Unfortunately, Mudguard is clamping down on the prices on their new wheels, forcing all sellers to price the wheel identically, which I think is frankly kind of sucks for the end user, because there's all kinds of riders out there, right? There's newer riders or riders that need a lot of hand holding. For them to go with an established big seller like eWheels that can provide fantastic support, fast support, and all that kind of good stuff, there's that market, right? And they're willing to pay a bit of a premium. And then there's more advanced riders that are willing to do more work on their own and are willing to take more time for warranty service. And for them, they should be able to get a discounted wheel, right? But no longer the case. So again, I think that sucks. I mean, this wheel is over $4,000, which is really pricey. So I think what now the sellers are doing to differentiate themselves is to offer freebies along with the wheel. So I think in Liam's case, and he's getting about 50 of these in next month in March. I can't say price to sell, but he's offering deals. So I believe he's going to be giving a free wheel with every purchase of an ET Max from him. I think either an M10 series wheel or an A2. So join his Telegram group. See the link in the description to see what kind of deals he has going. So I'm excited to see this new wheel. Look, I'm not a speed freak, right? I think you guys all know that. But I love all wheels. They're all fun. This is the first 100, wasn't too long ago, right? We had the Lynx 152 volt. Now we have a 168 volt wheel coming. Insane. But even though I'm not a speed freak, I love overhead. I'd like to have a wheel that could go 100 miles an hour, even though I have no plans on going anywhere near that. It gives me all kinds of safety margin, right? So I'm excited to play with this wheel. And of course, I know some fast riders. Hey, Don, Roger, if you're watching this, I'm sure they're going to enjoy playing with this wheel too. I'll do all my usual range tests, take it up in the mountains, so I don't expect this is going to be a great trail wheel. So we get the packaging. One thing I just did want to double check. Yeah, only one charging port, which is really weird, but 20 amps. So we will be testing that. That's insane, 20 amps. You'll be fully charged this wheel in under an hour. So we have our Velcro. Again, it's not the highest quality Velcro, but it's something. It'll probably work good enough. We have some tools, like they've been doing lately with their wheels. The charger. Comes with their fuses for the charger in the box, and this is a beefy stock charger, but I have options, better options. The Roger Smart Charger, Supercharger. I'm going to be trying to charge this with his V4 Supercharger or V4 Smart Charger. depending on who you talk to. But this is a 5 amp anyway, so as a stock charger, that's pretty good. Yeah, so let's see. And they gave me a European plug, but I have other plugs I can use. The pads, I will be, I'm going to be using the stock pads for a while anyway, give them a shot. Oh, they did give me an American plug. Fantastic. Looks beautiful, and I'm not going to give myself a hernia. Unfortunately, I hurt my arm a week or two ago. Just stressed some tendons by pulling a wheel into my truck. I was lazy. I didn't feel like getting out my ramp, so I can't do any heavy lifting. So I'm just going to lay this on its side and slide it out. All right, let me get up on the table and we can take a closer look at this guy. Well, my initial reaction to this wheel is quality. Boy, I think back to the old days with wheels from Mudguard / Gotway. Wow, they've really come a long way. I mean, this is a heavy wheel, and I can see why. It just looks like just beefy metal all over the place. It just has a real nice feel to it. I haven't put any air in the shock yet, so it's sitting kind of low on the kickstand, but it feels very stable on the kickstand. Though I have to say, this is plastic. I really wish they would have gone with metal and how it's connected here. I don't know, it wiggles, so it doesn't give me a lot of high confidence about the longevity. I can imagine there could be some aftermarket, but if you spend over $4,000 on a wheel, should you have to be seeking aftermarket kickstands? Let's look at these pedal hanger mounts. They're adjustable. Now on the top end, you've got about well, from the default location where they install these pedals, you can raise them about another 15 millimeters. But on the bottom, they even included a cutout in the pedal hanger, so it'll fit over these bolts. You can actually lower the pedals 45 millimeters from the default position, which is about 1 3/4 inches for us Americans. That's huge. My first ride will be in this position, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to lower it to the lowest position. So I'll let you know what kind of ride difference I experience with that. These look very familiar to us Mudguard riders, though this exact pattern looks different. Very thin though here, and I've seen previous people who've had crashes that these can get destroyed a bit easier than I think they need to be. But lots of aftermarket pedals, and I think I have a pair I might be throwing on here too. More on that on another day, but these should do for now for sure. And otherwise, tension is great, and you can adjust the dihedral angle. The default looks pretty good for me though. Okay, this tire is a 90/90-14, 14-inch rim. 46P, don't know what that is. Looking for the brand. CST. This tire looks massive. It's a street tire, of course, but it actually measures like 3.5 inches. Wow. I don't know. I'm thinking this is the biggest, beefiest stock tire that I've seen. Or if not, it's very close. I mean, it just comes across as massive. Let me turn it on to show you the mood lighting. Now this is noisy. It must be shipped in racing mode. If I switch to off-road mode, it'll get nice and quiet. But I kind of like it. I mean, you know. I don't know. This part is all plastic, of course, so you can see the LEDs. It's subtle. I don't know if you can turn it off. Maybe you can turn them off or change the colors. I don't know. I'll experiment. This bottom part is metal, so that's kind of good. Protects the bottom part of this plastic array here. And on the back, you've got the plastic kickstand. Again, I'm not envisioning this wheel for off-road riding, but we will see. This will anyway protect the part of the battery cases and this plastic. Okay, I'm going to put some air in this shock. This shock is very strange to me. I don't know. It's like a coil shock, but you have to put air in it. I don't know. I'm not a shock guy, of course. I don't know all the various options you have, but and they didn't provide an air pump in the box. I'm using a Beto. That's one I bought a long time ago for my wheels. You can go up to 400 psi. So I don't know how much to put in this. I'm gonna put 300. That's what I put in my other big old wheels. Okay, 300. Well, that didn't change how the wheel is sitting. The power button and lift button is below the wheel, and the single charge port is here with the screw-on cap. It's nice for waterproof. There's a piece of tape over the speaker. I don't know what that's there for. Hopefully the Mudguard will protect this area from getting splashed on. It's going to be raining a little while next week, I think. Maybe I'll take this off for a rain test. Well, you can see here, hopefully, that this is see-through. This feels like an engineering plastic, which is this pretty tough stuff. I have to admit, the kickstand, again, doesn't feel like it's an engineering plastic, but time will tell. Let me turn it on. Display looks nice. This trolley handle is really funky. I don't know. It stops like here instead of going all the way up. If it does go all the way up, I don't know. I don't think it does though. It feels like it would break if I keep trying to force it. So this is really weird. It's all metal though, so that's nice. Big flat. This is all flat here. This kicks up just a little bit, so I think this will be very nice to make. Very easy to adapt a seat to this top. Nice beefy mudguard in the front and, oh, I'm sorry, in the back. In the front, looks good. Here's the phase wire cable. It's orange underneath, so it's like King Song and Motion. They're all using the same cabling. It's just covered with some tape here. But lots of access in here. But I don't know what to say about this shock. Look, I'm just being a regular user. It gets a wheel out of the box. Zero instructions on how to use this. What to adjust. What's the red do? What's the blue do? I mean, I'm sure it's compression and rebound control. And I'm gonna assume fully clockwise is no rebound, or meaning it'll be extremely slow to bounce back. So counterclockwise for a softer ride. So I'll just have to experiment with that. And then there is adjustment for preload here, which is kind of interesting. They gave you this instead of a nut. Well, it's kind of a nut, but it's got holes, so you can put a wrench in there and turn. I think that'll be easier to adjust. But yeah, so I have no idea how to adjust the shock. Just gonna have to ride with it and play around. But I'll let you know as time goes on. Also, to point out, there's a bunch of holes here. These are symmetrical battery cases. The holes are obviously used over here for the plastic LED cover, but they're not used here. So this could potentially be used for accessories of some sort, I'm guessing. I don't know what they would be. I thought I'd show you how I'm going to put the Velcro on. You want to really clean the surfaces. And I'm going to use lacquer thinner. Very strong stuff. It'll dull the finish slightly. So if you care about that, use a less strong cleaning agent. But I like lacquer thinner because it's very strong. It will remove any grease. And it dries very fast. But you could use alcohol. Denatured alcohol. Just use something that, don't use mineral spirits. That'll clean, but it'll take forever to dry. Let that dry for just a little bit. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. And now I can put this on. Now this is extremely sticky, so what I'm going to do is peel it back just a little bit so I don't have to worry about it sticking to itself. And then I'll position it over the screw hose in the top. Now you can just slowly peel off the back. Just do it slowly, take your time, and you won't get any wrinkles. And then these pads, these are the back ones, and they have a little groove here that catches on this panel here, which is nice. Of course, I will adjust these as necessary. I'll just throw them out here for now, like this. Now, the height of this wheel, it's high. In the current default pedal position, from the pedals to the seat, it's about 2 inches higher than the Lynx and the Master. I think those would be two wheels that people would be maybe comparing this to. So that's high. And actually for seated riding, I think this is going to be probably pretty good. I'm going to surely lower it by 1 3/4 inches to lowest position. And at that height, it'll be much closer to the Master Pro. The Master Pro is higher than this wheel, but that's a big wheel. So very hard seat though. Definitely you're going to want to put something on top of this because it's hard and kind of angular. Not like EX30 Master, those kind of wheels that have the soft top. Not in this wheel. And the suspension, it like feels stiff right now. I mean, doesn't want to move much. So we'll see how it feels when I'm riding it, right? Of course. Okay, so it's a beautiful Friday, getting close to the afternoon. I think it's time to top off the charge in this guy and then take it for a ride. I'm going to go down and visit Roger. He's about between 20 and 25 miles from me. Go down there, use his supercharger, and see if we can pump this guy. See if we can charge it at 20 amps without burning up the single charge port, which by specs apparently that connector, single pin, should only be able to safely handle 10 amps. But Begode says apparently they can charge it at 20, so we will be testing that. And then Roger has his gear, so let him give it a little test spin around his neighborhood and see what he thinks about it. Okay guys, see you in a second on the road. Okay, I'm on my first ride on the ET Max, heading to Roger's place. It's windy on this trail right now, so my first observation regarding the wind anyway is this wheel feels more stable than other wheels buffeting this wind, so that's good. It feels like, this is, again, only a few miles into the ride, right? So I'm just giving you my raw first impressions. It's going to take me, it'll take me 50, 100 miles to get into this probably, right? To get a much better feel for it. But it feels like a big wheel. I don't think the Lynx has too much to worry about, like this being a Lynx killer. I see this, I'm seeing this as a kind of a different wheel, like a high-speed cruiser. yeah, it just feels like a big wheel. I don't think this would be a wheel that I'd want to take on a trail versus the Lynx. Yeah, Lynx feels okay taking it on trail. This wind. Of course, I'm not going that fast. I hate riding in the wind, by the way. That's why actually I feel a little better with this wheel. I'm surprised, pleasantly. Of course, I got to tweak the pedals. I think when I come back, before I leave, I'm going to lower the pedals to the low position on the way back and see how that makes me feel in terms of stability. I mean, the wheel feels stable, of course, but you're definitely high up. And the tire feels good to me. Of course, I'm not a tire nerd. So far, so good. Talk to you in a little bit. Who's this?
Marty.
Who is this?
So, how you doing? Oh, you got the brand new wheel.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
Fancy meeting you here.
That thing looks awesome. It's pretty tall though, huh?
Yeah, so you're in the Master.
No, this is Extreme.
The Extreme, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, let's get a real-time impression. You want to take it for a brief ride?
Sure.
Give me your impression on the height and everything. You can just put it against the fence if you want, or.
Funny. I thought somebody was riding an e-bike standing up, and then it was like, oh wait, that's an EUC. Oh wow.
So give me the raw impressions of height, stability, whatever you want. Just go for it.
Well, look,
it's high, right?
Yeah, I'm standing up right now.
How tall are you?
5'6", 5'7".
Okay, because people want to know, in terms of.
Yeah.
I'm telling people it's high.
Yeah. Compared to that thing.
Yeah.
I'll take it down and come back.
Yeah, don't worry.
Wow.
I don't bump into people in the wild too often. That's funny. Yeah, so if he's riding an Extreme, yeah, this ET Max is going to seem very large. Much smaller tire. That light is bright.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah, if it was any taller, it would probably be too tall for me, but it's still okay.
When you're actually riding it, it doesn't feel...
I didn't try to sit down on it.
Right.
But yeah.
So
I feel like if it was any taller, it would be literally in my crotch.
So the pedals are in almost the highest position.
Okay.
It can go by almost 2 inches lower, which would make it much
taller.
Into your crotch much more.
Yeah. It doesn't quite have the off the line oomph like the Extreme does, but it wants to go.
Of course, I have it. It's not tuned. I have it in hard mode. Softer modes might make it faster to accelerate.
The
pads, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
But yeah, it has no problem.
It's a big wheel. I mean, right? How's it feel though? You liked it, kind of.
Yeah.
Raw impressions.
It's really smooth.
Cool.
I feel like the acceleration is very linear.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, just smooth, just power.
It just keeps going,
and
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
So I ended up being the first one to try it, huh?
Yeah, you're well, besides me, the second person, yeah. I'm on my way to Rogers right now. We're gonna play around a little bit.
That's awesome. I jumped in the chat earlier and I saw that you were going to Rogers. I mean, I was already like in Seal Beach, but I was already out riding. But I was thinking it'd be funny if I run into Marty. And here you are.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man. Have a good ride.
Your pedal's bent.
It's what?
Your pedal is bent.
Oh, it's not supposed to be like that?
I think. It looks like it's bent up in the top. The front. The front.
It very well could be. I know
Or the back. I'm sorry, the back. That back looks like it's raised a little bit. I don't know. Unless it's my...
Does this one look like that too?
No, switch it around again. Yeah, it's definitely bent a little. Like you hit something.
Ones bend easy.
I know, yeah.
I barely ran into a rock and it dented it.
Same thing with these. They put these weak pedals on. Yeah. So I'm going to switch them out, I think. All right, well, cool bumping into you. Thanks for the input.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll probably post this video tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
Safe riding.
Be safe.
All right, well, that was funny. Well, there you go. Another first impression. He didn't feel it was too big, at least when he was riding it. So I've been riding it for a few more miles now, getting a better feel for it. I think I can say one thing. This wheel feels very stable. It feels massive, and it just feels, if you hit something that throws you off a little bit, you just kind of let it bounce between your legs, and it feels like it just wants to keep going straight. Now when I say that, I'm not saying it's hard to turn. I haven't really done much turning at all, actually. I'm just saying it just feels stable. Feels stable, massive, powerful. Everything I just said is good in my mind. I gotta tell you guys, I love this wheel for just straight line riding, for sure. Like what I'm doing. It's kind of windy. It just feels so stable. Definitely feels more stable than riding my links for this kind of riding. Yeah, I like it. finding a pretty good wind right now. So once again, Roger has showed up to give me a little escort.
Yeah, I gotta make sure you stay safe on these nasty streets of Anaheim.
Oh yeah, very dangerous.
We get a train.
Oh great. I think you could have made it.
Definitely.
And we made it to Roger's place. Ah, that was a fun ride.
Okay.
I got
Welcome to Casa Rogelio.
I got to tell you, Roger, I really like the. I haven't done much car turning type stuff riding, but just on the straightaways, it feels so stable and.
Do you monitor how fast you're going?
Yeah, at some points.
You're like 35 plus.
Yeah.
So.
It feels very.
It is.
At the beginning, I wasn't so sure, but as I started riding after about 10 miles, it started feeling, even the wind, you know how I don't like riding the wind?
Yeah.
It felt just, so I'm really curious to see what Roger's take is. But I'm going to strip off some of this. I'm hot. And then we're going to see if we can charge this guy.
20 amps.
I'm down to 3 bars. See if we can charge it to 20 amps. Did Galway lie to us? Did Begode lie to us? And, or maybe you can, but the charge port will melt.
Let's see if we can melt it. If we do, I know a way around that.
Yeah.
There. I put my sunglasses on so I look cool. Is it working?
Yes, Roger, you look very cool.
All right.
So it's 22 miles here, GPS miles, down to 58% battery, 3 bars.
3 bars.
And believe me, I wasn't riding 35, well, my top speed was probably 35 to 40, but I wasn't doing that all the time, so I think this guy is going to be hungry for juice.
Marty won't let me stand on it yet.
No.
But I'm looking at it.
I didn't talk too much about the suspension, but I'm liking the suspension too. It's not soft, but it takes up everything.
Okay.
Like the train tracks we rode, it takes up everything really smoothly and nicely. But it's not a plush. It's not a Lynx. It's not a Sherman type ride.
Supposedly 130 millimeters of travel, but they said the same thing about the Extreme, which it wasn't.
Okay. So I'm going to let Roger do the honors of charging it at 20 amps. He's going to use his supercharger.
So I turned it off. I just saw a red light flash over here. I don't know what that was about.
When you plug it in, you'll see a blue light start flashing and
blue light special.
Blue light special.
All right.
I see what you did there, Roger.
So, now, last time I told Marty, plug in both of these and then plug in this thing.
No, you don't need.
We only got one hole to put it in. So
I think what we might, if you want to be super safe, you might want to have a cap on the one that we don't use, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to. I can't imagine what you could plug that one into, but
You can put a paper clip in there if you
Yeah.
feel like it. You can also.
And by the way, you've got it all preset to 20 amps
Yeah, we'll
and,
look before we plug it into
and,
this. So.
and 180 volts.
Yeah. 180?
I was seeing if Roger's paying attention to me.
Okay, so that's plugged in there. And now we're going to plug this guy in here.
And by the way, Roger's plugged into 240.
Yes, and I actually checked it. It's 251.
That's unusual.
I have
That's
I have a
kind
lot
of a
of
high.
voltage.
You have interesting electricians, do you?
How you doing, Jeff? Jeff Klein. Okay, so I do have it set at
20 amps.
Yep. So we're gonna plug her in and see what happens.
Let me focus on this. Yeah, I just hold it up so we'll see.
I see the blue light going on inside of the
3, 4.
wheel.
Yeah. What?
It's trying.
It's it's not doing it.
What's it doing? So I have heard of some of the
I'd say it's not doing it. Try
lower it.
19. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we don't know if this is the wheel or
I'm gonna put that there for viewing purposes.
you're gonna use the app.
Oh yeah, we do have the blue light flashing in there, but
So is it the wheel that's doing it or the charger? This would be the first time you've done 220 at 168, right?
I've never done 168.
Oh yeah, but I did today.
Okay.
I did charge it up at 15 amps.
So I'm gonna put her down to 5 amps and see what happens. And we're going to
Probably have to unplug.
Yeah, let's. I'm gonna do this button here.
No, you're just
and then
turning it on and
turn
off.
it back on.
Yep, there it goes.
Okay.
It's trying 4. Come on, you can do it. You
Now
can.
let's,
You can do it.
Now let's start creeping it up. We're gonna put it to 10 amps.
Oh, is that what you set it to? 5?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you set it to 18 amps. Saying you can do it.
All right.
Okay.
Now we're at 10.
And I did charge it 15 today with
So now let's put it at 18.
with this charger. Okay.
Okay.
I'd
Let it settle out a little bit.
call that pretty much success.
Now we're gonna go to 20.
No, 19.
19.
Might as well just do it one at a time. Okay.
All right. And now.
That's 20. Oh, that's interesting. So now it's doing it, but
How about 22?
oh god.
Which batteries does this one
No,
have?
no,
Oh,
no.
it crapped out. So this really does have a 20 amp maximum.
Yeah, it looks like.
So if you hit the 20, it just
Yeah.
says bye bye.
So I think realistically 19 amps.
Okay.
Right.
19 it is. So now I will turn output off and then turn output back on.
Roger's doing us on the smart app or on the app on the smartphone.
Smart app on the Apple. 2, 7, 6, 9, 11, 14. Well, you'd expect it to ramp up gently, but
Yeah, kind of.
pretty jagged.
Yeah. All right. Well, it might do 20 amps, but you better be really precise.
Yeah, better aim for 19.
Yeah.
Live and learn. Okay,
All right,
that's
guys.
good.
We'll get back to you when something exciting has happened. Roger's gearing up. We've probably got a 95% battery charge, I would imagine. Good enough.
Definitely good enough. Because I don't plan on taking this thing
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
far into the weeds.
Right. Just want to get a feel for it.
Yeah.
You know.
This is,
This is not. Yeah.
I'm not trying to set the bar for Don to pass tomorrow.
No. You don't have to prove anything today. I just want to get your impressions. Roger has not stepped on this wheel
He
yet.
hasn't let me touch it except for to put the charger in there.
He had to find some wrist guards, and so he found some that these look like they've These must have been on one of your slides.
Yeah, so the E-Wheels wrist guards are the best.
He loves those.
I am going
I think they're great for protecting your palms, but maybe not your wrists, depending on how you hit.
Yeah.
To me, they're more like palm guards, not
No, that doesn't work.
wrist. I am a flex meter snob.
Yeah, I bought flex meters once.
And tell me.
I sold them to,
Say.
oh, what's his name? The guy that had the 8-ball as his thing in San Diego, Al.
Yeah, I don't.
Anyway, it was like Exquisite 8 or something like that. But anyway, am I recording?
Yes, there's a red light.
Okay, let's see.
Roger's always asking, am I recording?
No.
So, Roger's gonna give me his first impressions for everything. First of all, does it feel tall to you, just in that way?
So, what I wanted is a wheel that I can get down like that and have this is perfect for me. So, when I'm going around a corner, I want the wheel to be on my outside leg.
Okay.
And I want to be as close to seated as I can be. So, that's
Well, that looks.
right there for
This
me.
is the Commander GT Pro.
What's talking?
I don't know. Is that my phone
Something
talking?
just said GT Pro.
Yeah, I heard
Is that
Commander GT Pro.
what?
My phone said that? Do you think that's a Commander GT Pro?
Is
I
that
don't know.
does Darkness Spot talk? That was weird.
All right. Well, let's see here. So
It's not a GT
go.
Pro. It's an ET Max.
Okay. So it has a little suspension top out, which
Now I played around. I haven't done much to the suspension.
yeah, the pads are a little close into my legs, so I'm not really going to be able to
Adjust them.
crank forward. I'll just take my time getting up to speed.
Okay.
I'm going that way.
Well, you're not going to see much ride footage from me. By the way, I'll put a link up here to Roger's video that he's shooting right now. And you can check out his commentary as he's riding. Oh, there you are. Well, struck you.
So yeah, I should have moved the pads.
What's
Like I'm accelerating with my ankles against that, and I have my feet outside it. That was silly of me.
well, let's move them.
Okay.
So let's go over here. I want to get some raw initial impressions from Roger. Okay, given the non-optimal setup, but anyway, what was your initial?
It took zero time for me to be acclimated to this wheel.
Okay.
I just was able to just go, and I felt good on everything except for that I was trying to do things with the pads in the wrong spot, and that was my bad. I do that every time. I'm like, I don't need to move the pads. And
Yeah,
then
I know.
regret it. So,
But
anyway.
so favorable. I mean,
Yeah,
initial.
I mean, I don't know, I think I was in the 50s going around the block, and it felt good, it felt stable, and it felt like I wasn't anywhere close. I even turned my telemetry off, and I opened up the Bigode app so that I could have the actual speed and hold it in front of the camera. Because the Bigode app knows what this is, and the Darkness Bot app does not have a clue.
Right.
Oh, I know why. Oh, Marty. Okay. Wait, we're good now.
What?
So,
What?
here's what it is. I forgot to set the Darkness Bot app to firmware uses kilometers. So if I do that, then when I hit settings, device, you go all the way to the bottom, firmware uses miles. Now when I do a free spin on it, it'll be accurate. Observe. Oh, and I got to change the PWM back again. So we're getting a 90.9 mile per hour free spin, which is good.
It was 92 before your jaunt around the block.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, so let's see. I got to check the thing here. So I was actually getting a 163. So I forget what I was at actually. So 163. So we're going to take settings, device, PWM correction of 163 and subtract 16.
See, this is all the stuff I don't get to do because I don't ride at these upper level speeds.
So now we need a minus 147.
But for people like Roger, it's very important for a safety feature to make use of this. I'll let him continue setting up and change the pads, and he can do another ride around the block. Okay, pads are set up. Let's screw this port cover back in.
All the voltage is going to fall out of there, Marty.
I know.
Got to keep that sealed up nice.
Yeah. We don't want this to get caught in the tire. I'm joking.
Okay. Well, so I'm recording, right?
You are recording, Roger.
All right, I'm gonna do around the block again. This time I'm just gonna do it in one shot.
Okay.
See what happens. Okay.
Better?
Much better, but my camera died.
Oh, Roger.
So yeah, but still, same top speed, but this time it felt super easy, and I only got slowed up because I was messing with my, I don't know, I got a call from the front desk and my camera died and whatever, so I got to see what the front desk needs, and then I'll put a new camera battery in here, and maybe one more loop?
Sure, of course.
All right.
Of course.
In my hand for a little while also.
Okay,
I set my
Roger's
screen to not turn off.
Talking to his video.
And I'm talking to you, Marty.
He has lots of camera problems today, but...
well, it was a battery-related situation.
But I think...
I asked Marty, how's my battery? He's like, it's fine. And then he laughed as I walked away. I don't know what that was all about.
Okay, have fun, Roger.
Okay, same loop. Is good. Okay, that time I got over 60.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was
Was it beeping?
I heard a beep, but I guess I'll have to check the camera. It's not recording, huh?
I can't see.
That could be what turned off. Who knows?
No, it's recording.
All right, good. Then that means we also have telemetry. So
Yeah.
we'll see what 60 miles per hour on this equates to
Yeah,
GPS.
probably 55 or...
Yeah.
But we go by wheel speeds now.
Yeah, nobody
Anyway,
cares about
no one cares
real
about-
life stuff.
Yeah.
We like our fantasy speed.
So how'd the braking feel there?
Not as good as smaller wheels, but I didn't lock anybody in. Okay.
Kind of to be expected.
Yeah. Well, let's.
Same with acceleration. I mean, it's not a...
Yeah. I don't know. I feel really good with the acceleration, but not as good with the braking. But that's all pad setup. That's.
Yeah. And Rogers has about 2 miles on it now. So.
But they're fast miles.
Yeah.
Hey, Marty, look where I'm gonna go.
There you go.
Pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I like Marty's new wheel. But yeah, it would need lots of repetition around a racetrack for me to know if it's actually going to be a real contender, because I don't know how tired I would get throwing it around corner after corner after corner.
Well, Roger's actually getting 2 of these personal copies. One for, how are you going to use them?
My plan was to put an off-road tire on one and a street tire on the other, and I think it'll do pretty good in both regards, but it's going to be all about the setup. I'm going to have to get the pads in the right spot and the tire in the right spot and all that.
Just like when I left, guys, by the time I got here, I was feeling a lot different about the wheel. It takes miles, and tomorrow is Saturday, and Roger's not going to be able to join us, but we're doing a Mount Body ride, and Dawn will be riding the wheel.
I'm calling in sick. No, to the ride. Gotta work.
Yeah, I know he really wants to go, but...
So there's also a race going on tomorrow in San Diego, and I would be torn. If I had tomorrow off, would I go race in San Diego, or would I ride with the gang up Baldy?
Well, I think we'll see Roger on this wheel. If he feels like it, we can do some other stuff, crazy. We can do a Fullerton loop ride just to see what the hell.
Yeah.
How's it handle the hills and stuff?
So yeah, it was not a huge barrier to get this thing over 60 miles per hour. So I think that it's got a wee bit more to give, and we only have field weakening on number 7. So if this has the 50S batteries, I don't see a need to have it on anything other than number 9.
Okay.
So,
okay. Thanks, Roger.
I'm here to help.
Glad you enjoyed the first look.
Did. Oh, and by the way, Marty flies on this thing.
I was riding a little faster than usual, but
like on streets with cars and stuff. Like up Mount Baldy, I get it, but it's like, yeah.
Thanks, Roger.
No problem.
All right, so I'm going to, we're going to lower the pedals, right? And
sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it's 4 screws, come on. But anyway, we're going to lower the pedals, and I'm going to ride home. I'll be riding in some dark, so I'll show you how the headlights look, and so I'll see you in a little bit.
4 screws. It's how you move pedals, and it's also a good Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay. Well, guys, I have to say, I really enjoy these pedals lowered. The wheel is even more stable now. I'm loving the ride. It's, you know, it kind of reminds me of the original Sherman when I got it. You could ride fast in that wheel, and if you hit bumps and everything, and it kind of wobbled around, but you just let it flop around between your legs, and the wheel would just keep going straight. It kind of reminds me of that. Yeah, and the light, I'll show you the light in a little bit here, but I'm riding, I think, about 30 miles an hour, and I don't feel I need to have an auxiliary light. So I don't know, people say this doesn't have a good light. I'm not sure what they're smoking. This is perfectly usable at these speeds anyway. So yeah, this is a big win. I'm you know, I'm about probably 30 miles into the ride now of riding it, so I'm really getting much more in tune with it, turning, and it's feeling great. I still, let me turn the camera around here for a second. I still don't think that the Lynx has anything to worry about in terms of this taking the crown away from the general excellent riding capability of the Lynx, because this still feels like a bigger wheel. You know, it just feels more massive. And you know, the Lynx I think is more nimble, easier to turn around and all that kind of good stuff. But this wheel is fantastic, man. It just feels like a awesome wheel to do high-speed cruising. So let's see, here's my, I'm riding with my auxiliary light right now, but turn that off. And I don't know, it feels usable. I still like to ride with this. You can never have too much light. But if I was stuck riding at night and I didn't have an auxiliary light, I'd feel perfectly comfortable riding with the built-in light. It's probably blinding people that's coming towards you, but I care more about my safety than blinding them. Alright guys, well, I'm getting close to home now, wrapping up this ride. Had a fun ride, really enjoyed this. The next video will feature Dawn going up Mount Baldy, get her first impressions. I'm gonna hang the camera on her for the ride up, so it should be a fun ride. So enjoying this ride, this wheel so far. I hope you got something of value out of this video, entertaining, whatnot. And until next time, safe riding.